Garmin Glow 2, a little gadget that I definitely recommend to a hobbyist track driver. I'm pretty sure, like, I already checked it yesterday with my yesterday's lap times, and it lines up with the video pretty much perfectly. I'm using Race Chrono with this dongle here, and if I set the replay of my lap in sync with the video, then it just matches up perfectly. I'll quickly demonstrate to you how I do the lap timing as per video files. This is Vegas 16 Pro. Up top you can see here, this is the time counter event. This is the marker for the timer to start, and as a visual cue I've used this start finish line here. It pretty much lines up with the, so to say, the nose end of the car as far as our perception goes in this video window. And let's just scroll down the events here. Just want to point out that the video file is 4K 60 FPS, and this is the timing end line. And as you can see, it's pretty much as close as possible. Again, over zooming here, you know, very down to less than thousandths of a second. But in general, you know, you can see here that I'm stopping the timing based on the video file more or less at the same spot, and the timer shows the time as 44.477. Now we open up the sessions column in Race Chrono, open up that session, and as you can see, the fastest time was 44.48. So based on the time that the video file displays us and the time Race Chrono plus Garmin Glow 2 displays us, it's pretty accurate, at least down to hundredths of a second, which is really accurate just to measure your lap time, as far as for your personal use at least. We can safely say that for an average hobbyist track driver, this little GPS transmitter receiver is perfect to record your own lap times. I paid 95 euros for it. It's a worthwhile investment. I mean, even today, what do I get out of knowing my lap times? I mean, it's nice to compete with myself, so what's the point of just driving around? Let's check the lap times, let's compare, let's try to improve. And for that, for a hobbyist, this is perfect. Using the Glow 2 on your mobile device is pretty straightforward. In my case, I'm using a Samsung S20. The single extra step I needed to take is to download an application called Bluetooth GPS. The application allows me to use a Bluetooth device as my GPS provider. For the Glow 2 to provide the GPS signal through Bluetooth, you have to do one single key step under phone options, and that is enabling developer options. And within developer options, you have to choose the Bluetooth GPS as your mock location app. All I did from there is registering the Glow 2 on my phone as a Bluetooth device and connecting it. From there, you just have to select the Garmin Glow 2 within the app as your paired GPS device and enable it as a mock GPS provider. And as soon as the Glow 2 signal reaches the phone, you're ready to use the Glow 2 as your GPS signal provider. As a little demonstration, I used the Garmin Glow 2 to measure my walking speed in Race Chrono. Whoa! I stopped. Hey! I walk again. This is how I've set up my Garmin Glow 2 in my car. So I'm using this, it was like 10-15 euros, this Belkin phone holder. And I just put it in there on the windshield, turn it on, and it's been working fine this far for me. It's getting good signal, no signal problems, and it's giving me times for my laps, as it's supposed to. As mentioned before, the phone I'm using is a Samsung S20. Although the S20 apparently has something called GNS dual frequency, yeah, me neither. Without delving into specifics of GPS signal, which can get really finicky to understand, I'm going to generalize and say an average smartphone has a GPS refresh rate of 2 Hz and Glow 2 offers 10 Hz. To put it simply, Glow 2 is up to 5 times more accurate in a case of a good signal compared to any smartphone's inbuilt GPS receiver. Hence the reason when using a lap timer application, the lap times can be really wall-to-wall with just an inbuilt smartphone GPS receiver, but with Glow 2 you can be sure that the error with a good signal will stay to a minimal. Glow 2 promises accuracy up to 3 meters with a 10 Hz refresh rate, so a smartphone with a 2 Hz refresh rate may and will be easily 5 times less accurate, and if 3 meters is less than a length of an average car, then 15 meters or more can be measured with a calendar, or descriptively about 3 car lengths and then some. Therefore, anything measured just using a smartphone can mostly be thrown out of the window or be attributed to something close to RNG luck when getting the exact correct time. Glow 2 paired with RaceChrono on your smartphone will not be more precise than a localized track timing system, but in case of a good GPS signal it will be accurate and consistent enough to give you actual informative live feedback on your lap time, which is just not possible with solely just the inbuilt GPS signal of a smartphone. With Glow 2, the largest time difference with the video I have detected this far has been 5/100ths of a second. The last time I used RaceChrono with just my smartphone, the time seesawing of 0.5 seconds either way was the reason I started looking for a product like the Glow 2 in the first place. Obviously, Garmin's Glow 2 is not the only Bluetooth GPS receiver on the market. I just happened to buy the Glow 2 based on recommendation, brand recognition, availability and price point. I am using the Glow 2 just for lap timing purposes, and within such application the Glow 2 is currently suitable for me. That being said, I encourage everyone to do their own research in order to possibly find a product more suitable for their personal preference. The fact remains, smartphone's GPS system is not accurate enough for informative on-track timing feedback within any application one chooses to use, and a more precise external signal enhancement is necessary. From personal experience, I can recommend buying the Garmin Glow 2 for such purpose. Thank you for watching. Whatever this average Joe's recommendation is worth, Garmin Glow 2 with the RaceChrono, perfect for just trying to be a bit better in your track driving. Thumbs up from me.